Hello Divine Feminines, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you guys. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. I'm here today with another zodiac read. This time it's for my Divine Feminine Libra. So if you feel that you resonate with Libra, you have any placements in your chart with Libra, I'd like to do this reading for you guys. So if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Fran, and this is my channel Manifold Destiny, where I channel messages from Spirit for you guys. And I also kind of get to know the people that are watching my videos and kind of get closer to the people that are in my soul tribe. So if you are resonating with this information, I may be a part of your tribe. So I look forward to getting to know all of you guys. Definitely, if you do like this video, like, share, subscribe, whatever it takes. I really just want to be able to expand. This is a new YouTube channel that I started that I just want to kind of branch out and reach out to so many of you guys. So thank you so much for coming in today. So to start off, I want to kind of share a bit about me. I am clairaudient, I am clairvoyant, and claircognizant primarily. So you're going to notice that most of these messages that are coming through are going to be using those abilities. I am an old soul, I am a starseed, and I also am a divine feminine as well. So I resonate a lot with you guys in the sense of going through my twin flame journey here in this incarnation, as well as previous ones. So every incarnation brings this newness of experience in that life, and so I want to bring just a lot of empowerment to the divine feminine. You know, there's enough going on as it is, you know, collectively with what's going on in the world today, and I wanted to kind of impart some wisdom from my guides, just because it's been on my heart for so long. So to start off, I want to kind of channel your energy, and I also want to provide a message. So that message may involve love, it may involve career. It's really just going to be up to whatever Spirit wants to say right now for you guys, okay? So I'm just going to tune into your energy. Okay. And I feel very drawn to start off today with an ancestor message. I have no channeled messages to start off right away for you guys. I was getting the sense of a number 7. So 7 might be relevant to you. 7, which represents in numerology just a completion of sorts. It's not like the 10. The 10 is also known for being a number of completion, but also of perfection, of there being something divine at work in your life right now. We know the divine is behind the scenes right now, but it's also important to note that every step and every movement forward is divine, even if it seems like it's a baby step. I just felt like saying that for some of you guys, okay? Spirit, what would you, ancestors in particular, what would you like to say to my Libra divine feminines? What would you like to say to my beautiful Libras today? So this message is going to be for this week. I will be doing these weekly, so stay tuned if this continues to resonate for you. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what would you like to say to my Libras? I also want to say the number 5 is also relevant here, so we're going to be talking a lot about transformation and changes that are occurring right now for you guys. Alrighty. So we got a couple that flipped over this way, but I want to take the ones that flipped up. So for the first one, we have here connect with water, ocean, water spirits, and hydrate. So a lot of you likely could come from, if it's Mintaka or Lemuria, there's a number of you guys that are actually going to resonate with that homeland, likely because you've had a past life in that place prior to this one. So prior to this incarnation, there's a connection that you have to the water element specifically. And I feel like the water, it's like in this picture in particular, the water wants to speak to you, and it wants to show you how you can flow into this next season with so much energy, but so much patience and just so much excitement, anticipation for what is going to come. So when you connect with the water element, you're going to notice that you have just a sense of renewing, of feeling renewed, and a lot of energy. I'm feeling a lot of energy, vibrancy in this card specifically. Okay, So meditation will definitely be of benefit to you. Make sure you're drinking enough water as well, because when you're dehydrated, it's really hard for you to connect with spirit at times. There may be times where you feel like you're just too far away, but you're not really. It's just a sense of there needs to be more hydration of your body, of your temple, and also of kind of looking at the flow of water around you. You might live by a lake of some sort or something like that, okay? So that's just to start off. And then the next card we have here is re-energize your life. Okay, so there's a need for you to kind of move your space around. There's likely a need for you to create more of a sacred space or a positive space, an environment for you to go in. There's a need for harmony in your environment as well. Okay, there's a need for you to clear as well. If you need to learn more about smudging, I would recommend definitely checking out a couple of great people on the internet that do talk about it. I recommend with sage that you make sure that you're doing it in a way that is respectful of your elders, of your ancestors, in the way where you're not using too much of it, because sage is something that it's something that's small, like just a small bit of it can actually go a long way. So just saging your environment, clearing out the energies that are negative in your environment will be of a great benefit for you. So that's what I'm recommending for this specific group of people. Create that positive space and also clear out your space. There may be a cluttering, something's being cluttered, and maybe that cluttering in your environment is affecting how easily it is for you to really communicate with spirit, because you feel so overwhelmed by your environment. So definitely think about that, okay? Your ancestors really want to talk about that. And the next one we have here is notice the signs. Okay, so investigate symbols and nature spirits. So you have two cards here that are about nature spirits of some kind. You have your water, and you may have the element of air and water are very prevalent here. So you may be primarily air and water Libras. So I really want you guys to spend more time out and about, allowing yourself to really decompress after a long day, okay? And allow your space to be decompressed and allow it to be cleared out as well. Okay, so let's see what else Spirit would like to tell you. At the bottom of the deck as well, it says be an open channel. I felt drawn to say that. Be an open channel. And it also talks about mediumship, ancestors, and spirits. So there's a need for you to get into just a conversation, but it's like regularly reaching out to your ancestors rather than just deciding to let them kind of reach out to you through the physical things you notice. Like for instance, with my ancestors, I used to get myself in scenarios that actually screamed at me like, you need to do this, stop doing that. And that was my message, that was my sign. But now your spirits really just want to talk to you. They want to actually have a conversation with you at the beginning or the end of the day. They want to be able to talk to you throughout the day. So there's a need for you to kind of open up, allow yourself to get into a mode of relaxing, maybe by the water or somewhere that is a sacred space for you. And that's when you're going to be able to channel these messages that they want to tell you. Okay. I also feel really drawn to get you guys a Starseed oracle message as well. What I did was I actually combined the Work Your Light and the Starseed oracle together. So let's see what Spirit would like to say there for you guys. There's something coming in for you guys. I'm also seeing the number 57. So there's a need for you to recognize that through the transformation that you guys are going through, there's something that's going to be very long term. There's longevity in your career, there's longevity in your finances, and there's longevity in relationships. So it seems as though it's all of it. It's threefold. Okay, so Spirit, what would you like to say to my Libras, my ancestors, guides? What would you like to say to our Libras, ancestors? Alrighty, so we have three cards here. We have the first being surrender to the sweetness. And that's so beautiful, guys. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So there's this element of being open to the beauty of life, of being open to the pleasures of life. There may have been a lot of things that you guys have had to go through in dealing with your twin flame journey. You've been seeing the signs, you've been energizing and re-energizing your life through modalities. I'm seeing that some of you guys have actually been taking care of yourself in regards to like massage therapy, energy work. You guys have been doing the work and you're seeing the sweetness of it. You're seeing the sweetness of letting go, of letting maybe your expectations kind of blind you to what's in front of you. There's this opportunity, if you're not doing that, to enjoy and delight in what's around you, because there's so much beauty that surrounds you. You guys are Venus energy. With Libra being such a very regal energy, there's this need for you guys to see all of what is abundant in your life and what's coming to fruition. Okay? This is a lot about self-care primarily. So I'm really, really happy to hear that too. The next one we have here is Earth. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. It's like there's so many things that are there are a lot of things in the world today that are easily pulling people downwards in terms of their vibration. There's this sense of, there's so much fear going on in the world around a number of things, and that can easily pull your vibration down, but there's a need for you to not let it do that and rise above it. There's a need for you to know that you're more than your incarnation in this physical body. Your guides want you to physically take care of yourself, but there's this need to see that you're more than that. And you guys might see that you're more than that, but you also need to encapsulate that and actually operate in that knowledge physically. Okay, it's more than just a mental decision to stand above all of the difficulties that are coming your way. There's a need for you to physically show yourself how you come through and how you can overcome anything that goes on around you, that it doesn't have to touch you. It's like in this bubble, she's protected. She's protected by her own knowing of who she is as a person. You're not of this world, okay? And the last one I have here is the golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, excuse me guys, and rare gifts. So there's also this energy of a rebirth of some kind, whether you are physically going through the birthing process. Congratulations. There's a sense of like you birthing something new and something very rare and hidden, something that had to be protected up until this point. So there's a need for you to see that you are special and that you have hidden talents that you may not even have tapped into yet. There's a need for you to recognize that when you clear out your space, you clear your mind, you allow yourself to flow energetically with spirit, you're going to find that it's easy to do things. It's easy to not be of the world, to almost become kind of like hidden from the world, in a sense that you're protected and that people that are meant to be in your life are going to come in and flood in as they're supposed to. And the people that aren't meant to be there for you, are not meant to be in your life, are going to naturally leave. Okay? There's such a nature element. You guys likely are very drawn to the esoteric studies on nature spirit specifically. You find solace in nature. Okay, so let's see what your archangels would like to say here. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors that are here for our highest good. What would you like to say to our Libra divine feminines today? What would you like to say to our Libra divine feminines today? What would you like to say, archangels? What's interesting is I'm hearing this word stupendous. I'm hearing like just kind of affirmations. So some of you may be doing daily affirmations to try to get your mind in the right state for the day. You guys are doing the right thing, because you guys are allowing yourself to be filled up by words that are very positive and very helpful to you. If you're not, I would recommend affirmations or figuring out what your love languages are. I feel like that would do you a great service in seeing how you love and how your guides also want to extend and share that love with you. It may be through words that they speak to you. Okay, so the first card we have here is time to take action. Great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. So there's an element of you moving forward in something that you know you're meant to do. There's a cause that is really drawing you forward. And I want to kind of go into depth on that more with the archetype deck, just to see what kind of career paths you guys are going into. But there's a sense of moving quickly into something new. There's a sense of you are protected and guided by your angels, your guides. Specifically, Archangel Gabriel wants to be known here. So some of you may resonate with Gabriel in particular. Also, for those of you that are very artistic as well, you may resonate with Gabriel, because your creativity, your sacral chakra, all of those things they're all involved with what Archangel Gabriel assists with. It's with your confidence, it's with your courage, your charisma. There's something about you guys where you guys are able to tune into the heart space of people, and actually you're able to convey what you guys want to say. There's a need for you to do that as well. The next one we have here is the Lovers. Make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So there's this Archangel Raphael as well as here, and it's like he's talking about this need for you to see how trustworthy your heart is. That love is found in all things. It's not just found between two people with the Lovers. It's actually found within relationships that are divinely placed for you. Friendships, family relationships, love it doesn's have any bounds. And also I feel the need to say this, that blood is not what makes people love each other. There's this need for people, and maybe you're recognizing this yourself, that the people you find yourself in soul connections with, deep soul connections with, are likely not even from your blood family. Like, these people are not literally your family members, but they mean so much to you. There's this lack of caring about whether or not we are connected by blood. So there's this sense of love is more than that, and you're recognizing that in your relationships. You're recognizing the power of love. And the last one we have here is the Five of Michael. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. There's some people here that are also in relationships that they've kind of stuck with for a while, but they're not actually serving you. There's a need for you to surrender to what the sweetness of life is, that there's something better for you than what you have if that person is not giving you the things that you desire most in a relationship. The people that I'm talking to are likely desiring to be more so committed emotionally to somebody, and there's a sense of a lack of emotion on someone's part. And that's kind of affecting your relationship, and you're wondering, should I go or should I stay? And I think you know the answer already. If I'm telling you should go, and you're like, but there's something that you're holding on to with that relationship. If you want to go and you're ready to leave, there's a reason for it, okay? Your intuition will tell you when you don't like the answer that you get sometimes. I've learned that myself, okay? So let's see where and what aspects of healing is coming into your life. I'd like to see what aspect of your life is being healed and what exactly Spirit would like to say about that. So let's see here. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, what would you like to say about my Libra Divine Feminine's healing process? What would you like to say, ancestors, about my Libra's healing process? Awesome. So we have 3 here as well. We have the first one, which is masculine energy. So this one is likely you're healing from toxic masculinity, a sense of what the masculine should do and should be. And it likely there's like there's a lack of balance between the masculine and feminine. Likely you're dealing with maybe being more assertive and more dominant, and not being as open to and surrendering to the sweetness of life, of allowing things to come to you. So there's a need for the masculine energy, likely through soul integration, through like addressing shadows of seeing what triggers you. There's a need for you to see that there's healing with masculine energy. There may be a father figure or a man or some sort that is affecting how you operate. And there's a need for you to see that you are a beautiful, beautiful divine feminine, and the masculine that you desire and deserve may not be the way that the person that you currently the person that you might have wanted in the past. You're kind of seeing the masculine energy in a new light, if that makes sense, okay? So the next card we have here is grounding. Just like the other cards here with this need of meditation and of centering yourself, there's a need to ground. So this acorn comes from this oak, this tree right here, and it's actually, it yields so much fruit in that small seed. There's so much to see and so much to do, and there's so much beauty surrounding this acorn. They're going to grow into something so much bigger than they even realize or recognize. There's so much inside of you guys, my Libra divine feminines, that's waiting to be birthed. There's a lot that you guys are going to accomplish in your life. There's so much to expect and to look forward to, even if it seems really difficult right now. There's a need for you to allow yourself to ground, whether it's with onyx, obsidian, whether it's with tourmaline. Use since I see that you guys are very into more so the nature and its elements. I think that it would be really beneficial for you guys to ground yourself daily. It's always good to ground yourself, but specifically for this group, there's a need for you to ground yourself in your root chakra and your sacral chakra specifically. Okay, and then the last one we have here is self-love. So how can you show yourself more love today? How can you shine and show up for yourself in a way that you haven't been doing lately? I've noticed in these three, there's been this element of the sun and the moon. There's an element of masculine and feminine, of being able to let yourself be held by yourself. That you don't need to be held by someone else in order to feel truly there and present and comforted and good. That you can actually be at home in yourself, and that the masculine energy that is surrounding you, or the masculine energy that you're desiring to have, will come to you when they're ready. Okay, there's this need for you to just open up to self-love. So what I wanted to do before I end it is to just share the messages here for these shamanic healing cards, because I feel like it's going to definitely resonate with all of you here. Masculine energy. The sun, powerful, a life force without which nothing on this earth could survive. The masculine energy is one of action, doing, creating, forcing. In nature, it is balanced out with feminine energy. When we find ourselves embodying this energy, we get things done. We are thinking, logical beings. If we reside here too staunchly, we do not have any room for the opposite energy to come in. Being able to effortlessly flow from one to the other, masculine to feminine, is the pinnacle of being in the flow energetically. Sometimes in love relationships, the energy turns topsy-turvy, and we end up residing in an energy that doesn't meet our highest need. This is hard to break out of due to fear. The fear of, if I don't do it, it won't get done. Realize that two people make up a relationship, and in an evolved one, the relationship itself develops its own energetic balance. Let me say that again. Realize that two people make up a relationship, and in an involved one, the relationship itself develops its own energetic balance. A perfect combination of yin and yang, masculine and feminine. If there is a void in one area, an imbalance will develop. And as is the nature of things unconsciously, we will try to balance out. Being aware is a perfect first step. Alternatively, this card signifies a very important man in your life. And the next one, grounding, 36. As humans, our bodies are of the earth. It is a natural inclination when we experience uncomfortable emotions or energy to ground it out, much in the way a ground wire works with electrical current. However, with so much in our modern lives that causes us to be disconnected from Creator, we tend to gravitate towards false grounding. Overeating, smoking, drinking, and recreational drugs are common ways to ground. These items are of the earth, but they are not the earth. This is not a true grounding, and as such, it cannot sustain. It doesn't last. What ends up happening is that, as with most experiences that are false, we need more and more to achieve the same result. To truly ground and connect to both the earth and Creator, practice consciously connecting your energy to the earth. You should not be getting your energy outside yourself, but directly from the divine. This is achieved through meditation, energy work, and mindfulness. Find a way that works for you and practice it. By drawing this card, you are being asked to look at all areas of your life where you may be employing false grounding as a coping mechanism. And our last one here, self-love. We always try to think so highly of the ones we love. We even give strangers the benefit of the doubt. But when it comes to self-love, many of us fall woefully short. To love oneself is to accept imperfection, embrace learning, and battle through the all-consuming fires of self-doubt in order to find the energetic balance inside each of us. Be aware of the small, insidious voice that perhaps repeats the negative self-assessment you had as a child. Maybe an ex-lover or friend put a label on you that you've accepted. These self-judgments have no place in a whole, healthy relationship that is vital to have with yourself. It's only when you find your love for yourself that you can sincerely offer love to others. Thank you so much for watching, Libra. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.